Michael spent 6 weeks researching his car purchase, spreadsheets, pricing websites, YouTube videos. He knew the invoice price, down to the dollar. He left the dealership thinking he saved $2,800. The dealership made $3,400 on him. Anyway, and here's the part that'll really mess with your head. His coworker Ryan, zero research, 20 minutes on Google the night before, bought the exact same car, same dealership, 4 days later. Ryan paid $1,300 less. The guy who did everything right paid more. That's not an accident. That's a system. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how that system works. Every hidden layer, every room, every trick, and the 6-step strategy that flips it completely in your favor. Stay with me, because the most expensive part of buying a car isn't even on the sales floor. Here's what most people do when they buy a car. They Google the sticker price. Maybe they find the invoice price if they're really motivated. They walk in, they negotiate hard, they feel the tension, they get a number. And when the salesperson finally says yes, they feel like they won. That feeling? That's the trap. Because the dealership isn't trying to beat you on price. They're trying to make you feel like you won on price, while they're making real money somewhere you're not even looking. In this video, I'm going to break down all 14 hidden profit layers built into every car sale. I'll show you exactly where the money goes, backed by real public financial data. And I'll give you a step-by-step strategy you can use on your very next car purchase to keep thousands of dollars in your pocket. No fluff, just the real numbers. Now, I'm not guessing at these numbers. Companies like AutoNation, Lithia Motors, and Group 1 Automotive, they operate hundreds of dealerships across the country, and because they're publicly traded, they file detailed financial statements with the SEC. So let's talk about how a car dealership actually makes money, because most people think it's simple. Buy a car from the manufacturer, sell it to you at a markup. Done. That's one layer. The visible one. There are 13 more underneath it. And the one that costs you the most money? It's not where the negotiation happens. It's in a room you walk into, after you think the deal is already done. Michael walked into that dealership knowing more than 95% of buyers ever will, and he still got played. Here's exactly how. Michael found the Honda Accord he wanted. Sticker price, $33,400. Manufacturer's invoice, what the factory actually charges the dealership, $30,800. He negotiated for 90 minutes, back and forth, offers, counter-offers. Let me talk to my manager. Final price, $30,870, $70 above invoice. The sales manager came out personally, shook his hand, and said, and I want you to remember this line, honestly, we're basically doing this at a loss. You really know what you're doing. Michael drove home proud. And if the only profit layer was that $70 gap, he would have crushed it. But that $70 is the only number you're allowed to see. Everything underneath it is invisible. And it's been invisible. By design. Here's what Michael didn't see. Layer 1. Dealer holdback. After every sale, the manufacturer sends money back to the dealership. Quietly. Privately. Usually 2 to 3% of the sticker price. On Michael's $33,400 Accord, that's $668 to $1,002. Right back to the dealership, after the sale, without you knowing. So Michael thought they made $70. The holdback alone put them at 10 to 14 times that. Layer 2. Manufacturer bonus cash. If a manufacturer overproduces a model and needs to clear inventory, they pay the dealership a private bonus for every unit sold of that specific car. Could be $500. Could be $2,500. And you have absolutely no way of knowing if your car has one attached to it. Layer 3, stair-step volume bonuses. The more cars a dealership sells in a month, the bigger their bonus tier. Hit a certain number, and every car they sold that month earns an extra payout. This is the real reason salespeople get flexible at month end. It's not generosity, it's math. Layer 4, regional sales incentives. If a region is underperforming, too much competition, slow economy, the manufacturer steps in and pays dealerships in that area extra to push sales. Regional, confidential, completely invisible to you. Layer 5, floor plan assistance. When a car arrives on the lot, the dealership borrows money to pay for it. That loan has interest. Floor plan assistance means the manufacturer helps cover that interest cost, another subsidy. another layer, still invisible. Layer 6, performance bonuses. Manufacturers pay dealerships for hitting satisfaction scores, brand standards, service quality metrics. Not tied to your specific car, but real money, flowing in constantly. 6 layers. And we haven't even gotten to the room yet. Think of it like an iceberg. The price negotiation you see in the back and forth, the tension, the final number, that's the tip. What's above the water? Everything underneath, the holdbacks, the bonuses, the incentives, that's the massive part you can't see. And the finance office, that's the ocean floor. Most buyers never even know it's down there. Now here's what the public financial statements actually show. And this is where the numbers get uncomfortable. From SEC filings of publicly traded dealership groups, average gross profit on a new car, sale price minus invoice, runs $3,100 to $3,400. After rent, salaries, all the overhead, net profit per vehicle comes out to $500 to $2,100. So Michael, who negotiated to $70 above invoice, is genuinely ahead of the average buyer on the sales floor. But here's what those same filings show about the finance office. Average profit generated per vehicle, in the finance office alone, $2,100 to $2,700. Let that land for a second. The finance office makes more per car than the entire sales floor. And most buyers walk into that room thinking the hard part is over. In a minute, I'm going to show you exactly how Ryan paid $1,900 less than Michael, without doing more research, without negotiating harder, just by saying the right thing at the right moment. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening in that back room, because this is where it gets really interesting. The finance manager. That title is misleading, on purpose. James is the finance manager. He's not there to process paperwork. He is the highest paid salesperson in the building. And you walk in relaxed, guard completely down, thinking you're just signing documents. Here's what James is actually selling you. Interest rate markup, $600 to $900 profit. The lender approves you at 4.5%. James presents you 5.5% as your rate. That spread is called the loan reserve. It's pure profit. And you never see what the lender actually offered. Extended warranty, $700 to $2,100 profit. James slides over a laminated sheet, long list of coverage, looks comprehensive. What's not on the sheet? The exclusions and the margin. This is one of the highest markup products in the entire building, and the price is almost entirely negotiable. Gap insurance, $300 to $450 profit. Gap covers what you owe versus what your car is worth if it's totaled. It's a legitimate product. But it's heavily marked up. Your regular auto insurer often offers the same coverage, for a fraction of the cost. Protection packages, $100 to $400 profit. Paint sealant, fabric guard, wheel protection. The products cost the dealership almost nothing. The markup is significant. Now add the paperwork. Documentation fee, $400 to $700 for typing your name and printing forms. Registration markup, $50 to $100. The actual government fee is lower. They pocket the difference. Temp tag fee, $25 to $60. That paper plate sitting in your back window. Electronic filing, $15 to $40. Someone clicked submit. Paperwork profit alone, $700 to $900 per deal. Total finance office, $2,100 to $2,700. Add the front end, add the holdbacks and incentives. The dealership made $3,000 to $4,000 on Michael. The salesman who said they were losing money? He probably wasn't lying about his own commission. But the dealership? They made out just fine. Now, let's talk about Ryan and the 5 words that changed everything. Ryan walks into the same dealership 4 days after Michael. Same Accord, same lot. He did 20 minutes of research the night before. No spreadsheets, no invoice price, nothing fancy. But when the salesperson asked how he was planning to pay, Ryan said casually, naturally, "Yeah, I'll probably finance it. That's it. That's the move." Michael had said he wasn't sure yet, keeping his options open, being strategic. What the dealership heard from Michael: possible cash buyer. Translation: lower finance office profit expected. Hold firm on price. What they heard from Ryan: financing customer. Translation: full back-end profit available. More room to move up front. Ryan got more flexibility on price because the dealership expected to earn it back later. Michael got less flexibility because they weren't sure they'd get it back at all. Same car, same dealership, same week. Ryan paid $1,900 less, not because he knew more, because he said the right thing. If you're still here, you now know more about how car dealerships make money than most people who work in them will ever tell you. But the strategy is the whole point, so don't skip this part. Here's exactly what to do on your next car purchase. Step 1. Walk in as a financing buyer. Don't mention cash. Don't mention anything. Let them assume you'll finance. This puts you in the highest value customer category, which gives you maximum negotiating flexibility on price. Step 2. Ask one specific question early, casually in the middle of a different conversation. By the way, is there any prepayment penalty on the loan? Sounds like a financing question. It is, but you're gathering the critical information you'll need in Step 6. Step 3. Negotiate the purchase price hard. You have maximum leverage right now. The dealership expects to earn back any discount in the finance office. Use that expectation. Push harder than you would as a known cash buyer. Step 4. Negotiate in the finance office. You know the margins now. Extended warranty. $700 to $1,100 markup. Negotiate it. Gap insurance. Compare it against your insurer's rate first. Every product on that desk has a number below the sticker. Find it. Step 5. Read every line of the loan contract. Every fee should be listed. If it's not listed, it shouldn't be there. And confirm zero prepayment penalty before you sign anything. Step 6. Pay off the loan within days you financed. Technically, you got the pricing that came with being a financing customer. Pay it off before meaningful interest builds. The whole strategy depends on two things: no loan origination fee and no prepayment penalty. If either exists, recalculate. In most cases, the savings still win. But always run the math. That's always the move. Now I want to talk about something most finance channels never mention: the cash buyer trap. Because this one surprises everyone. We're taught that cash is power. At a car dealership, it can actually cost you more. Ryan's neighbor David bought a car last year, saved up for months, walked in proud, said the words he thought would give him power. "I'm paying cash. What's your best price?" The dealership heard, "I just eliminated $2,000 to $2,700 of your finance office profit." So they held firm on price. David paid $2,100 more than Ryan for the same model, same month. Cash isn't king at a dealership. Financing is the product. The loan isn't a cost to them. It's a revenue stream. When you take that away, you remove their most profitable channel, and they make it up on the sticker price. And here's how they figure out if you're a cash buyer. Before you even realize you're being tested, the dealership has 3 built-in screens. Screen 1, the intake clipboard. Name, contact, model you're interested in, trade-in, payment preference. Feels like admin work. It's their first read on your profit profile. Screen 2, the credit check offer. Let's just pull your credit so we know what you qualify for. This is a commitment check, confirming you intend to finance. Not just a credit score pull, a classification move. Screen 3, pre-filled loan application. By the time you reach the finance office, the paperwork often already has financing assumed. You've been categorized, without realizing it happened. Write undecided on that clipboard. Stay vague. Stay classified as a financing customer. Because the moment you reveal cash, the math changes, and not in your favor. Here's the insight that changes how you see every car purchase from this point forward. The dealership is not trying to beat you on price. They're trying to make you feel like you won on price, while the real transaction happens in a room you walk into afterward. The sales floor is theater. The finance office is the actual deal. Michael negotiated perfectly on the stage and handed back most of those savings, backstage. Once you know this, you can't unknow it. And you'll never walk into a dealership the same way again. Most people think car buying is about negotiating the price. It's not. It's about understanding which room the money actually changes hands in, and showing up to that room prepared. The buyers who get the best deals aren't the ones who research the hardest. They're the ones who understand the system. Research gets you to the right number. Understanding the system gets you through the right door. That's the difference between Michael and Ryan. Not knowledge, strategy. There are 14 hidden profit layers in every car sale. Most buyers never see a single one, but now you've seen all of them. The holdbacks, the bonuses, the finance office, the screening system. The cash buyer trap that cost people thousands without them ever knowing why. The dealership built this system over decades. You just learned it in 12 minutes. Use it. Here's what we covered today. The invoice price is not the dealership's real cost. Holdbacks and incentives lower it even further. The finance office generates more profit per car than the entire sales floor. Cash buyers often pay more. Financing customers get better pricing. The 6-step strategy. Enter as a financing buyer, negotiate hard on price, negotiate every product in the finance office, confirm no prepayment penalty, and pay off the loan immediately. The real deal isn't made on the sales floor. It's made in the room behind it. Now you know the system. And knowing the system is how you beat it. If this broke down something you've never heard explained this clearly, subscribe and hit the notification bell right now. Every week we cover the hidden math behind the financial decisions most people make without knowing what's really going on. The knowledge is free. The results are yours to keep.